Today I will talk about the X-59, which is said to be the fastest machine project ever built. Learn everything about it in this video. Subscribe to the channel, share the videos, and welcome aboard. The sky over the California desert was clear, the sun reflecting off the asphalt of the Edwards Air Force Base runway, and a new kind of silence was approaching. The aircraft was long and slender, with a nose so extended it looked almost absurd. But nothing about the Lockheed Martin X-59 was exaggerated. Every element had been meticulously designed for one single purpose: to reinvent supersonic flight. Since the retirement of the Concorde in 2003, the world had been waiting for the return of supersonic travel. However, an invisible enemy haunted that dream: the sonic boom. When an aircraft breaks a sound barrier, it generates shock waves that explode like thunder, a deafening blast. Cities trembled, windows shattered, and international legislation quickly banned supersonic flight over populated areas. It was in this impasse that the NASA and Lockheed Martin partnership was born. The X-59 KSST, short for Quiet Supersonic Technology. More than an experiment, it was a leap toward a new future where speed and silence could coexist. The mission was ambitious: to create a plane capable of flying faster than sound without producing the deafening sonic boom that doomed its predecessors. The key was in the design. The X-59 looked like nothing that had flown before. Its needle-like nose stretched nearly 12 meters, longer than that of any modern fighter jet. This extreme shape helped disperse the shock waves generated during flight, reducing their impact on the ground. Instead of boom, the X-59 was expected to produce something closer to a distant car door slamming, a soft thump, barely noticeable. Curiously, the cockpit had no forward-facing windows. The elongated nose made direct visibility impossible. Instead, pilots relied on the External Vision System XVS, a system of cameras and high-definition screens that projected a real-time view of the aircraft's path. It was like flying with a virtual reality headset, a glimpse into the cockpits of the future. Beneath its exotic form, the X-59 housed cutting-edge technology. Its General Electric F414 engine, similar to those used in fighter jets like the F/A-18 Super Hornet, was mounted atop the fuselage, a strategic decision to reduce the amount of noise that would reach the ground. The air intakes were engineered to maintain steady airflow even at supersonic speeds. But the real challenge wasn't just flying, it was convincing. NASA's mission with the X-59 included flying over various U.S. cities to gather data on how people perceive this new quiet boom. Thousands of citizens would be surveyed to record their impressions. If the technology proved to be truly less intrusive, regulatory agencies could eventually reconsider the restrictions on supersonic flight over land. During ground testing, the aircraft underwent rigorous structure analyses. Everything, from the landing gear to the skin of the fuselage, was carefully inspected. The center of gravity had to be perfectly balanced, as the extended nose and asymmetrical weight distribution required absolute precision. The first flight, scheduled for early 2025, was more than just a technical event. It was a symbolic moment. Decades after the Concorde, and half a century after Chuck Yeager's X-1 broke the sound barrier for the first time, the X-59 was preparing to do the same, but gently. Instead of shattering the sky with brute force, it would conquer it with subtlety. The project also embodied a new spirit of collaboration. NASA, Lockheed Martin, civil engineers, aviation authorities, and even psychologists were working together toward a common goal: to make supersonic travel viable, quiet, and accessible. A dream shared by pilots, passengers, and visionaries. Though the X-59 would never carry passengers, it was purely an experimental demonstrator. Its legacy could shape the future of commercial aviation. Manufacturers were already closely observing its trials, ready to adapt its findings to a new generation of fast, sleek, and silent airliners. As the sun set over Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, the birthplace of America's most daring aircraft, the engineers looked at the X-59 with a mix of pride and anticipation. Here's to a machine that might not only fly fast in sound, but also fast in the paradigms that have restrained aviation for decades. The sky remained blue. The future was quietly approaching.